How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all having a great day so far. Not too much longer until the Ancient Gods DLC will be available to play. I was very hesitant in making a new video so close to the launch, but regardless, I thought it would be great to have a video talking about a few new things that have come to light, such as the new hub, level names, new achievements, runes, and other possibilities concerning the menu for the expansion and boss fights. The developers have kept a lot of info from the DLC secret for the most part, which is a great thing so we can have a bigger surprise when it's available on October 20th. I'm really excited for it, and you can expect to see more content about the expansion on this channel. Before I get going, I always like to say thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I really appreciate all the support I've received. If you're new here and love Doom and similar content, then be sure to subscribe and set up notifications to stay up to date with all of my uploads. Alright, let's get going. As of recently, a trove of info has been spotted on the interwebs concerning the Ancient Gods DLC. The level names, for instance, have been revealed, allowing us to get a better idea on how the story and length of the DLC will entail. There are 3 levels, and their names are the UAC Atlantica facility, the Blood Swamps, and the Holt. It may seem that the DLC would be small, but considering a lot of the levels within Doom Eternal take at least 20 to 30 minutes to complete depending on the difficulty and your skill set. I would say that the length of the DLC could take a few hours due to the new encounters such as the 2 Marauders, the Spirit, and possible boss fights. We don't really know much about any boss fights in particular, but I'm willing to bet that there will at least be 1, if not 2 boss fights within the DLC. The Bloodmaker will most definitely be a super heavy demon and will be encountered multiple times throughout the campaign, so it may be considered a boss at first. Much like the Doom Hunter, then it will be slightly weaker throughout the rest of the expansion. There may even be another boss of some kind to encounter towards the end of the Blood Swamps or at the end of the DLC. I have a theory that one of the bosses could be something concerning the dragons from the concept art or a 4-armed Agadon hunter found in the cultist base. Within the community, a lot of people are saying that there is a winged creature in the Doomslayer's visor towards the end of the DLC trailer, so either that is a dragon or something else. I don't really see anything in the visor, but I could be wrong. Regardless, I think it would be cool to encounter a dragon of some sort within either this DLC or the next. I find it odd that id Software had the concept art showing dragons, but never showing them in the actual game. Well, yet. Throughout the campaign, you can see some skeletons that could resemble a dragon of some kind, or at least imply that there were some dragons within the lore. This picture shows the birth of Argent D'Nur and the wraiths emerging from the planet, but if you look here, you can see something else flying out of the opposite side of the planet. It could be nothing, but something to point out. The 4-armed Agadon hunter would be interesting to see as well. Of course, that hunter was more of a corpse, but if the cult found a hunter like that in the polar region, then it wouldn't be too crazy to think that there would be more of them, much like their smaller brethren. It would be really cool to fight against a hunter that size and with 4 arms. Imagine the weaponry and difficulty it will be to take it out. Either it could be similar to a Doom Hunter and have a sled and similar weaponry, or be weaponized a different way. There is a lot of potential with that creature, and it would be a shame to not have it in a future DLC. The other option for a boss fight would hopefully be a Titan, considering the Blood Swamps are filled with dead Titans and the community has wanted a Titan fight for so long. The Icon of Sin probably won't make an appearance, but another Titan would be okay as well. Those are just some thoughts about the possibilities for boss fights, so let me know what you think about them. Going back to the level names, I was curious on why id Software chose the names for the 3 levels. The first 2 levels are more obvious, as we are going to a UAC facility and the Blood Swamps, which were mentioned by Samuel Hayden during the first part of Necroville, but the Holt is a name that made more sense when I looked up its meaning. The definitions I found for it mean 3 different things. 1, being a den for an otter, which I doubt that is. 2, a grip or hold of something. And 3, a small wood or grove of trees. I think it would mean the second definition by saying that the demons have a hold or grip on heaven after the defeat of the Conmaker. It also could be the third definition, as there is the equestrian hold, which is a forest in Urdak. A really good choice of names for a level in my opinion. Also, the names of the new achievements are of great interest as well. The new achievements have just barely been revealed, and they show us a good amount of detail to know about the first DLC. The achievements are as follows: Torrential Pain, to take a life sphere, Regime Change, 1 upsmanship, Lucky Charm Bracelet, Hypersonic, and Required Reading. The first 3 are no doubt about the 3 levels. Torrential Pain is an interesting name, as torrential basically means heavy rain, so the name would translate to powerful heavy rain or something like that, which of course is referring to the rain pounding down on the UAC facility, or it could just be more figurative. To take a life sphere would have something to do with the sphere, which may be referring to the sphere or portal towards the end of the DLC trailer. And finally, regime change would be describing the removal of demons from heaven. The extra life mode would make sense to have in the expansion as it will serve as a standalone game. We know this as the developers have stated that the Ancient Gods can be bought separately and played without owning the base game. That would also make sense that there would be a new hub of some kind, as players who only own the expansion would not be able to interact with the Fortress of Doom, as it contains many things from the base game. With that being said, the hub would appear to be on an Ark carrier, which would allow players who own just the expansion to have a place to collect weapons, gather lore, and travel in between levels and master levels. Also, the fact that the hub would be on a carrier would transition into the first level, as they are both on the ocean. Something else that comes to mind is how the menu will appear for the expansion. Considering the DLC as a standalone, the menu could show up in one of three ways. First, it could show up as a menu option under Battle Mode. It would have Campaign, Battle Mode, then say something like the Ancient Gods. This could work out as those who own both the base game and just the DLC would be able to access everything, excluding the main campaign for those who don't own the base game. If you don't own the base game, then there may be a message to let you have the option to buy it or not. Second, the expansion could be within the campaign option on the menu, which would allow everyone to access the save slots and putting the DLC levels under Final Sin. And third, the expansion could be a whole separate game to load up. Obviously, when the DLC launches, we will see exactly how it will turn out, but it never hurts to predict how it will show in the final build. Let me know what you think, or if you know how it will look like for sure. Moving on with the achievements, we see that there are now support runes to discover. Considering we have all the runes already unlocked within the DLC, the support runes could work a bit differently. I think that they will work in one of two different ways. It could be similar to Blood Punch and the Dash. These abilities are permanently unlocked, and Blood Punch is able to be upgraded passively throughout the campaign. So with the support runes, they could work about the same way and be something that is upgraded along with the other runes and abilities. What these runes are is still a mystery, but I'm sure they will definitely be worthwhile, as the DLC will be a greater challenge than the base game. The other way that the support runes could work is by adding an extra ability to the base runes. So for instance, the rune Punch and Reeve, which gives you health after a blood punch, the support rune could add armor along with the health. That would be very interesting to have an extra buff of some sort to an existing rune and make the Slayer even more lethal. The DLC is meant to challenge us, and I think the addition to more runes will not only help us out, but make the DLC have new content as well. Hopefully one of the support runes will help with the Spirit or the Double Marauders. The Spirit will buff demons that it possesses, and they will be invulnerable to being faltered or have weak points destroyed. Maybe one of the support runes can counter their buff and allow you to have a tiny advantage at the right moment. Along with the two Marauders, you could have a rune that could prevent them from summoning the wolves or activating their shields. Something like this would be very helpful for those who are still struggling with even one Marauder. Of course, all of this is speculation at the moment, and I can't wait to know for sure about the support runes and how they will help. The last two achievements are self-explanatory, where you are able to complete secret encounters and collect codex entries. Knowing what new enemies there will be in the DLC, the secret encounters will be interesting to say the least. A spirit possessing a Doom Hunter or Marauder would be a very difficult secret encounter for sure. All in all, there's a lot to discover when the DLC is available to play on the 20th. We will finally be able to put more hours into the game and explore more of the story for those who are interested. Of course, this is just part 1 of the Ancient Gods, so the ending of this DLC will be a huge cliffhanger without a doubt. The value of the DLC will also be very great for new players to the franchise, as they will get a taste of how the mechanics work, among other things. Of course, it would totally make more sense to buy the base game along with the DLC, but I'm sure there's a small audience out there that doesn't care about spending a whole lot of time going through the campaign, unlocking things, etc. Like I said, I think it would be great for those who are new to Doom and can get a taste of it before committing to buying more Doom titles. Other than that, when the DLC drops, I will no doubt be uploading more lore videos, playthroughs, and theory videos for the months to come. Eventually, I would like to stream on my Twitch channel and play other games similar to Doom as a way to bridge the gap in between videos on YouTube. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if so, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video so we can get it out there more. Also, check out my social media accounts at RipNtear Gaming to see other things over there. Thank you once again for checking out this video, and until next time, fellow Slayers, don't forget to rip and tear. Peace.